Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Gila Monster Rides. We are T-1 hour to the Baxter Cycle annual auction, and I am in, you could almost call it the field of dreams of all kinds of bikes, both from Baxter Cycles, and there's a whole bunch of consignment bikes too. There's honestly a little bit of everything. Let's go through and I will show you some of my favorites. Alright, first up, I don't know the story on this, but I believe Baxter has got this in on a trade. It is a Janus Halcyon 250. It is a 2018. I believe there's a video of the Fuzzy Biker riding this bike. And I've always been intrigued by these. I'm really curious what this is going to go for in the auction. We're gonna kind of like go around. There's just so many people looking at bikes that I don't want to disturb. So we're gonna look at this Norton Dominator in touring trim. It's got the trunk there. This has the full, like almost like a bathtub, and the Avon fairing. Sweet bike. I honestly, if I had the money, I would bid on this, because I really like this. You know, probably could use a little bit of work. I don't know what it would take to like maybe cover some of this up, but it is just a gorgeous bike. And I think I was, oh yeah, there we go. Craven Equipment is actually still in business, and they still make these boxes. Such a beautiful bike. It is a, let's see, this is a 99 Dominator from 1960, and it's a 600cc. Would love to get that bike. Yeah, I love it. And then over here we have an Interceptor. I'm not sure if this is a Mark 1. Yeah, this should be a Mark 1 from 1966. We're going to look at a Mark 2 here in a second, but I actually heard this bike running the other night. They ran up to another town on the dinner ride, I believe, on this bike. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was this one. But we have the 1969 Mark 2. This is a brilliant bike. I'm also really curious what this is going to go for. You have, you know, they have the air filter set up this way. There's actually, you know, there's a company in Australia that sells one for the new Interceptors that's very reminiscent of that. But this is the Interceptor 750 from 1969. Just beautiful. Look at that lettering. I actually have the same seat on my modern Interceptor. Not the same seat, but like basically a reproduction that you'll get to see soon. I have the same tail light, and yeah, awesome. Okay, so there's the Jan. All right, over here we have a 1965 Bonneville 650. Beautiful color, beautiful paint. I mean, it does have some patina, but look at this, almost like a candy apple blue. Just absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. I want to say this is an oil and frame, or maybe not. I don't really know much about the 1977. That's probably a T140 engine, I believe. And I definitely had to come down to this 1957 BSA M21 600cc single cylinder motorcycle. It is a rigid, and you've got a Lysette sprung seat there. These have a great reputation for being ultra reliable. They can be pushed and pushed and pushed, and just a beautiful bike. This one is a trip. I actually helped push this one out of the truck. I was like, man, somebody was on acid when they painted this tank. But this is a B44, 441cc single cylinder, and honestly a really cool looking bike. Very similar thing too. You know, it's got the, I forget if they call this the beehive, you know, Lucas taillight or what that's called. Very similar seat to the Triumph back there. Here's a BSA Starlight, little tiny 75cc. Wonder what that's gonna go for. 1964. Well, this one is a parts bike, but it is a Norton P11 from 1968, and this would be an interesting bike to pick up if you are you're looking for some parts for yours. It's seen better days, but man, this would be a nice addition to somebody's collection. And then right behind it, this one is an N15 CS, and I saw them riding this the other day. I believe it was this one, and it sounded great. You've got some velocity stacks there on the twin of all carbs. Love the shrouded rear suspension, the scrambler tires, just beautiful. And then we have three we have three Atlas 750s in a row. Got a 1969. We've got this cool Cafe 1965. Got the clubbing bars on there. Single clock. Actually, that's just a tack. That's interesting. Maybe this was a race bike. I mean, it certainly could be with the clubbing bars, and this might have been just somebody's race bike. This is that Gold Star I'd never heard of. This is a Gold Star 500. This is a late model. This is from 1972. Basically, man, this is right before the demise. But it's a scrambler. It does have the genuine Smith gauge. Kind of curious what the history is behind this bike. Very beautiful, very different configuration from the earlier Gold Stars, obviously with the engine. Let's see, and turn around, and of course we've got the 441 Vicker, I believe this is. Let's see, do we see anything down here? Love that taillight. Turn on the gas, stupid. Love that. I've heard these are not the easiest bikes to kick. There we go.
Well, I don't know. I haven't checked yet.
We have a Royal Enfield Scrambler here. We were actually trying to figure this bike out the other day. What do we get this listed as? A Trials 250. So I was trying to look this up, and I suspect that this is a Crusader from 1960, but I could be wrong. I'm going to do some more research, and maybe I'll do a follow-up post or note or something on this bike. But it is a, what did we say, 1960 Royal Enfield Trials 500, and I've got the engine number to do some more research. Looks like there's a little chain chewed up on the fender there, but yeah, we this is the bike, because I remember it was 11666G on the engine number. Very interesting. Smith's gauge. That's got to be. Is that? No, that's miles per hour. I was gonna say, is that kilometers per hour? Because I don't think there's much chance of this bike reaching 120. A very cool looking bike. Missing some parts, but. And then of course we have the 1956 Indian Woodsman 500. The badged Indian. These were made in England by Royal Enfield. This is their scrambler model, obviously by the name, the Woodsman, and was a 500cc bike. Very cool looking. That would be neat as hell. And then over here we have a Trailblazer, Trailblazer 500 from 1959. This was the last year specifically of the run from 55 to 59. I've actually got one of these panels. Oh, I'm sorry, I actually have this part at home, the left and right I have for an upcoming project. And I don't have the chrome insert though, but I think I can get that. But very cool bike. 700 twin. I'm not even sure what's going on over here. Oh, it's a Matchless G12 twin. I remember somebody recently I saw online complaining about these twins as far as the trouble of rebuilding them. And down here we got a few more Triumphs. There's another Matchless G12. Love this one. This is a 1956 Triumph Speed Twin 500. That would be a great project bike for restoration. Apparently it doesn't have the side stand or a center stand because they got it propped up with wood. Almost same deal over here, except this is a 65 Bonneville 650. Some pretty cool patina. If you get this running, man, this would be a sweet bike even just to leave as is, but you know, get it running complete. You know, by contrast, we have this 1967 TR6R. This is the road version of the Trophy, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But this is far more pristine. It does have a little bit of, you know, patina and stuff around, but very beautiful. Let's see. Oh yeah. Now go watch the Fuzzy Bikers on for either the Fuzzy Biker or Forgotten Motorcycles. He did a whole video on this Yamaha XS 650. This is a pretty cool vintage bike. 1970. First year of the XS 650. I just noticed this little one. The Suzuki is pretty cool looking. Little tiny Stinger from 1970. Not even, oh, it's a 125cc. This is equivalent to the Honda Grom in 1970 from Suzuki. I love the 70s kind of fluorescent puke green. Love the tires, love that pattern. This would be great for the gravel roads around my area, my neighborhood. We got a Yamaha 175 over here. And what I was waiting to show you is this beautiful 1975 Honda CB750. You still had, they hadn't gone to that step seat yet, so you get this beautiful bench seat. Classic. The 4x2 pipes on this guy. Kickstart. CB 754. I really want to find out how much this goes for too. I might have to pick up, maybe if they have a booklet up above where I can write some of these, how much these go for, or hopefully the website saves it, because I'd love to keep track of how much some of these go for. And I have never ever seen one of these before. This is a 2018 Honda NM4 700cc. I think Batman is missing his bike. It's got some saddlebags. You can either have this as a pillion seat or up for driver's backrest. It's got floorboards. I don't know where the shifters and stuff are. Does this even have one? I actually know jack about this bike, but it's kind of interesting. Well, there's your rear brake. It obviously has a front brake. Let's go back over to this side and see what's going on. Oh, so it has a clutch lever, I think, or is that just a switch? No, that's just a switch. What the heck? I'm gonna have to do a little digging. Not that I want one of these things, but this is a really freaky, interesting bike. Okay, I found the other Honda I was looking for. This Honda CB 450 dual overhead cam. It's got a little dings in it, a little patina. It's from 1970. Looks like they're including new fork boots with it. Oh, that's actually part of the exhaust. I was thinking that was like a ding in the exhaust, but it's identical. Very cool CB. You know, my first bike was a CL350, so I have a special place in my heart for these bikes. So there you have it, everybody. Those are my picks, like what I would bid on. Pretty much, I don't know about a hierarchy, you know, which ones for sure, but those are my picks of what I would bid on if I definitely had the money. And I'm really curious what some of them go for, because it gives me a better idea of how much I need to save if I'm going to come back and try to bid on some of these. So I'll do a little bit of a follow-up after the auction goes through. I would love to come back out here next year and bring some money or some credit and pick one of these bikes up. I'd highly recommend if you come, bring sunscreen, have some cash for the root beer floats. They had really good pulled pork sandwiches that the fire department was putting out. They had some other stuff too, the fire department. But the rally days here at Baxter Cycle in August is a blast. You have to get out here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you again soon.